On Thursday, we shared with you some insight on who you should be rooting for in this postseason as a Rockies fan. Maybe you found it helpful, maybe you don't like being told what to do. A natural follow-up to that article would be a predictions post. So we took a brief survey of Purple Row staff to see who everyone thought would be advancing, all the way to World Series picks. We got 10 staff members, an even mix of editors, writers, and moderators, to take the plunge. We kept it anonymous to protect the innocent. Instead, this is the wisdom of the crowd's consensus Purple Row opinion. ALCS Astros vs. Indians 70% Red Sox vs. Indians 20% Red Sox vs. Yankees 10%. There's good reason to pick the Yankees. They have a bullpen that can shorten games considerably with Chad Green, David Robertson, Tommy Connell, Dellin Betances, and Aroldis Chapman. They also have baseball's biggest friend Aaron Judge, along with Gary Sanchez and apparently good hitter now Didi Gregorius. But only one person believed enough to pick them. 3 people picked the Red Sox to advance. They have the weakest defense among remaining playoff teams, 92 WRC, but they also have the 4th best pitching staff according to Fangraphs WAR. But Cy Young candidate Chris Sale did not fare well in his playoff debut yesterday. To this pick is already in doubt. The consensus is that the 2 teams that spent extended stretches of the season as the best team in baseball, the Astros in the first few months and the Indians in the last few, will play for the AL pennant. The 2 teams have gone a combined 124 seasons without a World Series title, 1948 for the Indians and never for the Astros, who came into the league in 1962, so this would make for the most compelling ALCS matchup on that front as well. NLCS Nationals vs. Dodgers 40% Cubs vs. Diamondbacks 30% Cubs vs. Dodgers 20% Nationals vs. Diamondbacks 10%. Results were a little more spread out in the National League, and for good reason. Rockies fans are intimately familiar with the Dodgers and the Diamondbacks, and the Nationals and Cubs seem evenly matched. By virtue of playing the Rockies in the wildcard game, Arizona will be without their ace Zach Greinke until Game 3, and they may be without Robbie Ray for the first 2 games as well. However, their pitching overall has been such a strength, 80 era, second best in baseball, that they might not be at too much of a disadvantage against the Dodgers. The Dodgers, mind you, won the most games in baseball this season, fueled by a 437 stretch in the middle of the season. They more recently had a 115 stretch from August to mid-September, so there are some cracks in the armor. On paper, the Nationals and Cubs are incredibly similar. They have similar offenses, Cubs 101 WRC, Nationals 100, similar pitching staffs, Nationals 89 era, Cubs 91, and are both driven by perennial MVP candidates from Las Vegas, Bryce Harper and Chris Bryant. The Cubs had a lackluster follow-up to their World Series title in the pitching hasn't even what it was 75 era in 2016, despite carrying mostly the same players. But then again, the Nationals can never seem to win a playoff series. As such, our panel view this as a coin flip. The majority opinion, where majority here means 40%, puts the NLCS as a Nationals vs. Dodgers rematch of last year's incredible NLDS World Series. AL champion, NL champion, World Series champion, AL champion, NL champion, World Series champion. Astros, Dodgers, Dodgers, Astros, Dodgers, Astros, Astros, Nationals, Astros, Astros, Nationals, Astros, Indians, Cubs, Indians, Indians, Cubs, Indians, Indians, Dodgers, Indians, Indians, Dodgers, Indians, Indians, Nationals, Indians, Yankees, Diamondbacks, Diamondbacks. It was at this point that I somewhat regretted making this an anonymous survey, as I wondered aloud if the Yankees Diamondbacks picked 2 wildcard teams and a 2001 World Series rematch was a troll. Of course, now baseball will almost certainly give that to us. That person was the only one who didn't pick the Astros or the Indians to come out of the ALCS. Sorry, Red Sox. It was much more even in the National League, where every team got picked once. The majority, 40%, picked the Dodgers to take the NL pennant, but only one person picked them to win the World Series. In fact, that person and the aforementioned trickster who picks the Diamondbacks were the only ones to pick National League teams to win it all. While the rooting interest should be for the Astros, our panel seems to believe that the Indians are the favorites. 60% picked them to advance out of the ALCS, and 50% picked them to win it all. One could hardly blame them. Not only did they set to the American League record for consecutive wins, but they also set the all-time record for pitcher WAR. And an offense that is headed by Francisco Lindor, Edwin Encarnacion, and Jose Ramirez is certainly a force to be reckoned with. And hey, it would be nice to see them win the title 1 year after coming oh so close. There you have it. The Indians are going to win the World Series, taking down the Dodgers in 6 games. Personally, I think we deserve such a matchup. But because baseball is what it is, we are probably going to get that Yankees-Diamondbacks World Series. Such is baseball, and such is life. 0%, 0 votes, 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 0 votes, total vote now.